2 weeks since the fatal mid-air collision between an American Airlines passenger jet and an Army military helicopter. And that, of course, has put aviation safety right in the spotlight.
During the recovery process in the Potomac River, 2 of the 3 runways at Reagan National Airport were closed. But as much of the wreckage has now been removed, with investigators making progress in their fact-finding, the airport is slowly returning to normal operations.
Our Chief Transportation Correspondent, pilot and FAA flight instructor Maykay Beeler here with an update on this. Maykay, what are we hearing?
So a spokesperson for the Metropolitan Washington Airport Authority, which operates the airport, confirmed the 2 closed runways returned to service. They reopened on Tuesday. That would be runway 422 and 1533. Well, they were closed after the crash to prevent aircraft from overflying the river recovery zone, and that to prevent interference with operations. So the airport's main and longest runway, 119er, remained open. It's more frequently used for both arrivals and departures. The other 2 shorter runways balance traffic flow and are typically used by smaller aircraft. The doomed CRJ was initially cleared to land on the longer runway, but was asked by the air traffic controller if the pilots could accept changing runways to 33. They accepted, and the jet crashed about 2,000 feet short of that runway.
Well, since reports indicate that that jet, they were asked to change runways, is that a safety issue, or is that something that typically happens and pilots can do with ease?
Just what you said, typically happens, pilots can, it doesn't happen every day, but I've done it many times. And the pilots, it's their discretion. They can accept it or not. They said, can you accept 33? The pilot said yes. So it's just a matter of, it's a visual approach. I'm lining up for this runway. Okay, now we're gonna come over here. The flying pilot is looking outside, flying the airplane. The other pilot now is setting up for that approach. So we have a flight management system. We have to put in information about the runway, the wind direction, how fast it's going, the runway conditions, how heavy the airplane is. All that gives us a VREF, which is an airspeed that's on our airspeed indicator that tells us the ideal speed to fly on that approach. So they're busy. In the CRJ, they're busy, looking outside and inside.
Maykay, are there any updates to the Black Hawk helicopter? We heard reports that it was flying higher than it should have been. What's the latest?
Right, so in the tower, according to reports, they were flying at 300 feet, but they should have been at 200 feet. So investigators are going to look into, was there an error in the helicopter with an instrument? So they have an altimeter. They have to set it to a certain pressure altitude. Maybe it was set to the wrong pressure altitude, or maybe the instrument had a calibration error. So they didn't know they were not at the right altitude. It was reading they were at 300, but maybe or at 200, maybe they were at 3. Anyway, instrument issues, they're going to be looking into that. Also, ADSB, which is Automatic Dependent Surveillance System, that should have been on. That gives even more precise information regarding their location, their speed. It's based on GPS. Should have been on, but investigators say it wasn't in the aircraft. Why wasn't it on? So they're going to investigate. And to be 100 feet off, typically an altimeter can have an error of 75 feet plus or minus. That's not a lot of room to make, that's 75 feet. So if the instrument was off, that only gives them 25 feet to be on the right altitude. That's just too close for comfort.
Maykay, obviously we know that it's a very congested airspace. There are some other updates in terms of what that airspace will look like in the future, at least temporarily.
Right, so we know those helicopters fly routes along the river very close to the airport. They have closed down 2 of those routes for now, possibly permanently, because we do know from the past when you have a deadly accident like that, new regulations are written in blood. So they need to make changes. We'll see what happens, because this was horrific. This cannot happen again. So closing down those helicopter routes, at least restricting 2 for now, possibly more, and permanently, we'll see what investigators decide.
All right, Maykay, thank you for that update. Appreciate it.